Hi and welcome to my channel and welcome to part 3 of all my doodle books, sketchbooks, art journals, collage books. I've got a lot here, so this is part 3 and I've still got so many to show you, so we'll get on with it. Now, I don't think I showed you this one in my last video. I'm hoping not. This is a little character I made. I did a Carla Sondheim little course, and I also bought her book, and she makes these little critters out of watercolor or paints, and she also does collage characters. And so I just worked in this book. I think the course is called The Art of Silliness. That's one of her courses. And so you just stick a bit of scrap paper down, and then you can make a silly character out of it. So here we have a crocodile, I didn't really finish, a cat, turtle, a bird, some more weird looking birds, and it's just about creating characters, which I'm really into. I love character illustration. I love children illustration. I always have. It would be my dream job to be a children's book illustrator. That would be so much fun. So yeah, it was just making these little characters. And then I decided to do, I think, 50 days of collage dogs. I decided to do. So just getting a piece of scrap paper, slapping it down, and then drawing some sort of, making it into a dog. I think I only got about 20 pages into this. Again, I didn't complete them, but there's some more doodles. Elephant doodle. Hang on, I'll get to my dogs in a minute. There's some doodle dogs. But yeah, there was about 20 of these, I think. Just and it's really good. Like, I always say I can't draw dogs, but when you do a bit of collage and just stick it down and then try to just doodle a dog, it's amazing what interesting little characters you can find, like ways that I would never draw a dog. So I had so much fun making these, and I'll just do like 1 or 2 a day. This is my favorite here. Some more birds. And some of them look like they've got little jackets on. I mean, this one here, I mean, it doesn't even have to, I mean, you know that's a dog just looking at it, but it's like, is this a leg or is it a tail? Like, you don't really know, but you don't have to, because the brain tells you straight away that that's a dog. So yeah, I did all of these, lots of different dogs. And I love this book that I did it, because now that I'm back into art journaling and I actually need to draw a dog, I've actually looked at this one. I'm going to use this character here, give him some arms, and I'm going to be working with this character in a new illustration. Yeah, so it's fun to have, you know, and you can do it with anything. You could do a whole book of cats, or a whole book of elephants or turtles or dinosaurs, so that later on, if you're trying to do some illustrations and tell a story and you need, say, an elephant character, you can look back on your book and go, oh, I've got all these elephant characters that I could use, and work from one of those if you can't think of a new character. So I thought that was a really good idea. So I really love having that book. Okay, so this one's quite an old one. I made the journal, drew this, made the beads. These are alfoil, made out of alfoil, and then I painted them somehow. Used some sort of paint on them, but they're just alfoil and like Mod Podge or something, and then I just stuck some yarn on here, and I hand binded it. And this is just a really mixed media book. This is 2012, so this is like 10 years ago. And I stuck on some, I think you use this in plastering, this tape that, you know, I found that my husband had in the shed. I like the texture of it. And then it's just all mixed media. It's paints, it's stenciling. I have these little pages in here. So this is really, really old artwork of mine. Very colourful. Paper transfers. Splodging paint. I think this is some sort of napkin tissue paper. And some sort of characters here. Yeah, so here I did some happy faces. It was just a play around. You know, this is finger painting 101, so I did all this with just fingers. Yeah, some drawing. This is another finger painting, I think. I did a Mother's Day. Sort of mermaid page. Sort of doodling. And that was it. I've got a whole rest of a book. I did it again. I didn't finish, but that was 2012, 10 years ago. Okay. What else can I show you? I've got so many journals here. Okay, this is another one that I made just out of some cardboard and lots of scrapbook papers and paint. And it's kind of warped because I didn't use thick enough cardboard. And then I put a whole heap of glossy Mod Podge on there. And I sewed in the signatures. And this is a journal. It's like a collage journal of just scrap collage papers. And just images in here. And they're just really rustic and torn. And yeah, it's just a bit of collage, a bit of fun. So if you're into collage, I think I saw this probably on Caged Fishes. I was watching Caged Fish for a while there, and she comes up with all these ideas. So I probably got it off of her. But yeah, it's just another way to make a sort of a collage scrapbook type thing. Painted papers, stamped papers, old, you know, when you do painting and you put one of these down. Bits of magazine. And I thought I would go back and like add more images to these pages like I did at the start. This is like jelly print paper. Yeah, jelly print paper, bits out of magazines. Yeah, and I just thought this was paper I made watercolor paper with plants and then boiled it. I can't even remember how I did that anymore, but the plants would make prints on the paper. Yeah, so you get the idea. It's all like that, and I was going to add all collage images to it. Yeah, so there you go. That's something. Little collage book. Okay. This here is a little sketchbook I did when we went on a holiday, a family holiday. This was 2013 and we went to Kangaroo Island. And so this was the cabins that we stayed in. The night before we caught a little ferry to go over to Kangaroo Island. So that's the ferry there. And then we went to this reptile place, and they had all these snakes, and they said, who here doesn't like snakes? And I put up my hand and my daughters put up their hand, And this guy just came along and stuck snakes on my two daughters' heads, and they just freaked out. They were just still as ghosts. And I thought, what is this man doing? He's asked who's scared of snakes, and then he pops a snake on top of your head. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, they just, they were just, I thought they would freak out, but they freaked out internally, and they were still so still. Their face was white, and yeah, I was just so mad at this man for doing this. There was no warning, can I put this snake on your head? He just went clonk and put these two snakes on top of their head and left them there like for a good probably 5 minutes while he talked about how not to be scared of snakes. Oh, it was it was terrible. Then we went to a place called the Remarkable Rocks that looked like this. And then we saw a koala in the tree and some baby cape-bearing geese. And I just wrote a little bit as well. We went to Vivian Bay, and it was so windy and cold, I remember. And our car was parked here. And my husband and my two girls went and looked at the ocean, but I said, I'm not getting out the car, I'll just wait. So while I was waiting, I actually drew this quickly up. This was the pathway, and then there was all this like green grass and stuff on the sides, and this was sand going out to the ocean there. And then this is what we had for dinner that night. We went to a marron farm, and we bought a marron to eat and this sauce with it. So as soon as I look at the pictures, it all just comes flooding back to me. We went to a place called Seal Bay, and there was just lots and lots of seals there, and little Sahara sand dunes where you climb up these huge sand dunes, and then you get this mat thing, and you hop on and down you go the big sand dune, and my daughters had fun doing that. And then we visited a honey farm, and then around Kangaroo Island, I noticed they all have these cute little post boxes in the middle of nowhere. You'll be driving like down the highway, and there'll be like a cute bright yellow post box or a green one, and yeah, that was just something I thought was really cute. Yeah, so we were only there a couple of days, so this is just what I managed to get done on that holiday. So, but I'm really glad I did those few illustrations, because this actually means more to me than any photos I would have taken. Yeah, this is just very, very special. If you've ever thought about illustrating a holiday, I totally suggest you do it, because I tell you, even if you find you can't draw and they're just little doodles, that will mean more to you than photos you take. Okay, what else have I got here? Okay, I've got another collage journal. The cover's just torn a bit here, so I seem to always be gluing stuff back as I'm finding it. It's just got ripped on something. There we go. So that's my cover. I used a old book that I cut to size, made a cover, and this is my sort of black, white and grey collage book that I did. I think I did show this on a video a few years ago, and in here I also did some doodly drawings as well. So it's just pictures I found interesting. Yeah, I drew this man. Yeah, so if you want to make a themed collage book, you can pick, you know, black and white. I drew this one, mushrooms and this fish. Yeah, you could do black and white. You could just do a purple and pink one, or whatever color you want. So I drew this man hiking here. So it's just got a few of my doodles in here as well that I cut out and put in here. Violin. Camera. And this is all on like papers that I made previously. Like I put in a lot of, like I sprayed them with inks, or I did marbling, jelly printing, stamped papers throughout here on each page. So yeah, that's another collage journal that I did. This one is an art journal, which is very special to me because this isn't just this is my journal, which has a couple of my artwork in it, but it's very special because we did a round robin, and this is Doll Dreams by Adi Almanza. And yeah, back in 2012, I did a couple of courses with Adi, and she's just spectacular. I suggest you look her up. She does a lot of these doll type ladies with the big eyes, and she also she does like nice abstract flower paintings, and she does all sorts, but she's known for these doll type paintings. And there was a course on it, and there was a whole bunch of us girls on there that would talk, and we decided to do a round robin. So we all made our own cardboard art journal, and we all sent it to each other. So I would send this to a person in the group. She would do an art page in this, and then she would send it to the next person on the list, and it would keep going around until everyone filled it up, and then it would come home to me. And it was very nerve-wracking because you always had this thought, oh, what if, you know, the second to last person really loves all the images in it and decides to keep it and not and not pass it on, or it doesn't make it home. And that actually happened to one of the ladies. I can't remember what happened. I think a couple of us made her another one, or 80 made her one or something. But yeah, hers actually did apparently get lost in the mail, which was very sad. But mine did make it home to me, and it went all over, like mostly America, I think. So this is the cover I did. This is the back cover, all just acrylic paints. And then I did this image here and this one here. Yes, I wrote Sonia Batten's Art Journal 2012, a Doll Dreams journal to share the art of my fellow classmates, a beautiful journal circulating the world. Please come back to me. So then this page got done. This was by Camille Hayes. Absolutely beautiful, and you can see a lot of the people were much more talented than I was. This one is also stunning, a winter page. This was by T. Lovato. So pretty. And you could write a little note with the journal and say what sort of images you wanted. And I think I wrote anything, but I really wanted like wintry pages in here, even though my pages I did were not wintry at all. This one, I can't make out the name, but it was signed. Absolutely stunning. And a Bic. So we used mixed media, so she's put like some glittery flakes on here and snowflakes, and she's put oh, beautiful glitter on here as well. This is just such a beautiful book, so special. I can't read. Angela Moulin, I think it is. And Anna Bic did a second one. Then we have Deb's Germain, I think it is. And Lucille Van Dam's. Lucine Van Dam's. I think it's Lucine. And then Angel Button. think that was the end of the round robin. So I had a page left and I did that one at the back. So yeah, that was a really nice journal, and it's great when you have people you trust to be able to do that. Okay. Right, the next one I have is this book here. This is one of these chunky, what were they called? Chunky, what was it? A trash book, or, oh, I can't think of the name, but 2017 it looks like, and you would just stick all sorts of rubbish in here and then write little notes and have them in here. Yeah, so you put everything you can find, basically. Old cards, old notes, old envelopes, things you got like from the store. Yeah, things off of packets. Smart Orthodontics, that's when my daughter needed braces. Here's a balloon packet because it was my 40th birthday, by the looks of it. There we go. Birthday cards, tags and things. You know, we all sort of made these books. These were huge. I think they still are. I think people still are making these. But yeah, you just stick all sorts of things in here. Here I've got things that I ate. I was really into Gordon Ramsay for a while. Bit of patchwork art someone gave me. I've got some things in here that I was gonna put in there, I think. Tags. Like you could make a tag out of that. There you go. So yeah, you get the idea. And yeah, again, I mean, I finished making the book. Another tag. But I didn't... Oh, look at that. Yum. Nice tag. I finished making the book, but I didn't, you know, continue it as a journal. So yeah, and it just started getting too thick, so I stopped it there. But that's another one I made. Then I have, if you watch 80, sorry, not 80, if you watch Dee Dee Willingham, she does these paint out collages, and she works in the Abandoned Places book. So I bought this book brand new, and I think a lot of people did who watch her, and my pages are all stuck together. And you add bits of collage to your pages of the image that was already there, and you add all these collage bits, and then you paint it in, and you try to make it like a new sort of scene. And a lot of them are outer spacey. See, this was already here on the page, and then I added this and the spaceship, and then I painted in this space scene and the clock. And so I was doing this for a long time. I love this one. I think, what was here? Oh, it's hard to even remember what was it. No, I think I put this in. I'm trying to feel where it is. I can't even remember what was original on this page. But yeah, you paint these wonderful scenes. Here's another one. Like, this background was already here, and I added the shells and the ship and the big octopus. And then there's this one, which I didn't do too much more to. This was all here, but I added this and this and this. This is one I haven't painted out yet. So this was all here, and then I added the trees and the palm trees and the waterfall. Here's one I've done. So this ship was already here, and I just added it and made it look like an underwater scene where it was a ship that, you know, was dry on land. There's another one. And another one. It's the black paint that I use. It all gets stuck, but I don't mind because it then rips off some of the black paint, and then it looks like little white stars in the background. So all of this was already there, and then I painted some of it out, made it into a stage. There's another one. So this room was here, and I added this and this and the lady and the lion. I really like this one. This car was here already, and this was here, so it was a town, but I made it into like this underwater type scene. And then I have pages that I've started that I haven't painted out yet, like this and this one. Added all of this. Painted all the whites in here. This one. So I did this for quite a long time because I've got quite a few done. So made this, this was here. I don't even know what it was, some sort of building, but I thought if I painted some of it out, it looked like a spaceship. So I did that. Gave this woman a lightsaber. This one I haven't painted out. This one I have. I haven't opened this book for probably a year. That's why it's so sticky. You could put tracing paper or something in between so that they don't get stuck. Here I've just added a whole heap of collage and haven't painted anything out. This one. This one. I like this one. I like how I did all the water. This one. I think this room was already here, but I painted over it. It's a simpler one. Just painted some out, and I thought this looked very Star Warsy, this building. I've done quite a few. I can see all the sticky pages. Haven't painted that out or that. This one, I really liked this one. It's very cool, very sciencey, very like some sort of, I don't know, like a movie, like from outer space or something. Got some ruby red shoes here. So yeah, they look totally different when you paint them out. This one I didn't paint out. I just added the feet to this building here. That was already like this. So the only thing I added was the baby feet and the... Did I add that clock? I don't think I even added that clock. I think that clock was already there. Yeah, so I just added the baby feet. Down. This one. I like them how they end up very Star Warsy. This one. This one. So it's a really good book if you're going to do this sort of thing. It's just a perfect book to do it in. This one I made kind of ghosty. And I put a gloss Mod Podge on this, but it still sticks. So, but I thought this looked very haunted. So yeah, sort of made it like very ghosty type images in here. So you can see some of the before things. Yeah. Made this into like this building into more of a carnival type place, and there's a clown. This one. So they're all abandoned places, photos of abandoned places. So they're terrific to make into these beautiful collages. So this one's got to be painted out. This one I just added things to. So some of them, if I like it enough, I don't even paint them out. So this one is done. I'm not painting this one out, I don't think. This one's a good one. So this was a big fan thing, I think. And I made it into like this flower. And there's this bug here. This one's got to be... Oh, I did paint this one out, yeah. I thought that was cute. This is like a what do they call them? Ferris ride. And I made them cupcakes instead. So yeah, that's basically another one. Just try to show you ones I've done. That one there. So yeah, if you want to do something like this was at Dee Dee Willingham, and she's got a ton of videos when she was doing these. It'll say like collage in abandoned places or something like that. And that one. So yeah, that's a book that I worked in a lot. And then I also, before I got that book, I found this book in the op shop that I started doing it in. And this is called America the Majestic Pictorial Cookbook. And so I started doing it in this one, and I did a few pages. So I started putting some collage in this one. And I did this page here. And this book is actually better. I think the paper, I think I put some sort of pre-painting on this because it feels very sandpapery. Had to add collage to this one. This one's, I've just stuck things down, not in a permanent way, so that I can move them if I want to. So it's got some images like this. This I would just paint out, but there's some images, you know, like this that are ready to be done. And this image, I thought this would be good to do. I did this one. Started this one. This one here, these buildings were all here. Yeah, I don't know what, I can't remember. I should have did this in the other book, but they all feel like sandpaper, so I must have put something. Yeah, definitely put something on them. And they don't stick. I really like this one. So this was here. And I think that was the only thing that was there. That and this brown rock here. That I really like this page. I sort of abandoned this once I got my Abandoned Places book, but I can still see many images here that I could use the same technique. But I just thought, you know, it's a good book to add collage to as well. Did this one, Cow and the Astronaut. Look at this too. I always look at this guy and think he looks like the man from Breaking Bad. Yeah, so if you have a look at the pictures, I just thought they were pretty good to do, you know, what I wanted to do. This one, I really like this one. This was one of the first ones I did with this crocodile. I think, yeah, the crocodile was already there, and this was already there, and then I added all of this. if I did any more. Did this one. Started with this side. I can feel that's something there or not. I might have stuck some pages together if they had too much writing. Yeah, that's all I did in that one there. Then I have my big Canson, well, it's not a Canson actually. This is the cover of an old Canson sketchbook. And put my mat over so it looks better. There we go. And I actually made my own big fat sketchbook by a special method I do with glue and sawing the papers and putting rope in between, and I won't get into all of that, but yeah, I made it myself and then just gave it this cover. But again, with Dee Dee Willingham, she shows a lot of sketchbooks, and so I just got me enthused in doing little sketches of things and getting ideas. So I'll just give a flip through. So here we have a chicken with a lead going walkies, and then I drew some different chickens and Celtic knots, because like Dee Dee, I love Celtic knots and Celtic things. So try to incorporate a Celtic knot pattern with a chicken. So that's what she does. She comes up with ideas and then tries to incorporate them in the one image. This one was, I was just getting ideas, an axolotl astronaut in space. So this is what I came up with, and I had to look up what axolotls looked like. And then I came up with this little dude and drew him as an astronaut, and he's in outer space. They're not finished pieces of art. This is just ideas. Like she has a series of idea collecting, and yeah, trying to get ideas when you don't know what to draw. So here I think I looked up, it was like Egypt, an animal. Yeah, I don't know. Egypt and an animal. So yeah, just made these characters here. And then I was watching The Mandalorian, so I was just quickly drawing some characters from The Mandalorian. Here I just wanted to draw all different robots from different TV shows and movies that I've seen. So that was a lot of fun. I really like her. And then we have kangaroos, because yeah, I'm terrible at drawing kangaroos, so I just did some research and just looked up how to draw kangaroos. And then again, it was like idea collecting, and then I was looking at crabs, and then I thought, oh, a crab actually looks like a spaceship sometimes with its legs. You know, sometimes the way they look, you know, like this is the spaceship and this is the legs of the spaceship. So I came up with this idea. So you've got the aliens coming up the stairs of the crab spaceship. So this was 2019. And this is what I really like. This is what I miss, is coming up with these ideas for stories and creating these interesting images and illustrations. Here I combined it, like she talks about combining three things: a place, a thing, and a person or animal. So I pulled out the bag like Egypt, perfume, and crocodile. So here I practiced drawing my crocodile. And so this is my perfume bottle, and I gave it a crocodile head and, you know, the Egyptian headwear the crocodile's wearing. So this is my perfume bottle design, which I think is really, really cool. I mean, that I can imagine that all in gold and, you know, jewels coming down here and the green bottle. And I think this would be a beautiful perfume bottle. like definitely nice. So that's just by combining these, Egypt, perfume and crocodile. This is an idea, an original idea that no one else has got or ever drawn. So yeah, I love it. Love Dee Dee. So this was Nurse and an Octopus. So I made this octopus who has her 8 arms, has all got different things in them, because like nurses, especially these days of COVID, they have got 100 things to do at once. So wouldn't it be great if they were like an octopus and had 8 arms? So, you know, she's got a scalpel, she's got an injection, she's got some pills, she's got that little kidney tray with the scissors in there, and I'm not sure what this is. You know, some more medicine, and what are these called? Stethoscope, is it? You know, when you listen to your heart and that. So yeah, different things. So that was an idea I came up with, and then, you know, I was seeing what a proper octopus leg looked like. You know, if I wanted to take this image further and make a big piece of art from it, the arms wouldn't be just, you know, scribbled like this. They would be properly drawn like this. You know, what does the body and head look like? So it's so you can take this these ideas further into a bigger piece of work and a better piece of work. So that's what sketchbooks are all about to me. This is actually just a koala that we saw the tree in our front, in the neighbour's front yard. They weren't home, but we had bushfires, and this koala came down from the tree and was like begging basically for water. And my neighbour actually had a drink bottle on her because she was going for a walk, and she started feeding this koala with the water bottle, and the koala held her hand and basically was like, "Thank you for this water," and just drunk and drunk and drunk, and it was just such a beautiful moment. Here I just was playing around with just some ideas of, you know, drawing a kitchen, and I don't know, having a wobbly perspective. You know, I like when things, I like perspective, but I like when things are a little bit off. And we have some sheep. I don't know, I think I was doing something with yeah, maybe a character I was trying to draw or something, and I was just doing some sketches of sheep. And then this was New Year's Eve, and I drew this house, spooky house. This is just in graphite pencil. And oh, this is 2020, and then I just did a redraw. So this is a character I came up with in one of my sketchbooks, quite by accident. And then I worked on that, and then I came up with a different style of poodle. So I made this little character up, but it's bled through from the other page. But yeah, I made this little character, which is cute. And then I did some portraits. This guy was in a festival magazine, which I thought looked, he looked hell scary. So I drew him. She is, I was watching a cartoonist on YouTube. I think his name is Will Farrell. No, that's an actor, isn't it? I can't remember his name. It's something like that. But he draws people, but in a cartoony way, and he talks about pushing, like if they got a big nose, push it, make the nose bigger. If they got big hair, push it, make the hair bigger. And this is a redraw, and I can't find the sketchbook where it originally was, but I've actually got the magazine image of the actual lady. And yeah, and I just pushed it and made her glasses bigger and her hair bigger, and yeah, so I was working on that sort of thing there. This is a just a woman off the internet, I think, that I thought I would do, and I was trying out a different technique. This is my husband. actually, it's not too bad an image. I normally can't draw him for some reason. This is him sitting in his chair at night. It's the same chair. He still sits in there at night with his blanket on, with the remote, watching TV. And my couch is here, and I'm normally facing him and the TV, so I'm looking like this all the time. But yeah, this is definitely him. And then some cartoons. I was drawing cartoons, and this was just a little conversation I didn't want to forget. And my daughter said to me, "Why did you draw all those wrinkles like on my portrait?" I think it was my portrait. And I said, "Because you have to draw what you see." And I thought, oh God, that says it all, doesn't it? I must have wrinkles. I just thought it was funny. This was from a site where people, I talked about it last video, where people upload their pictures and you can draw their portrait. This is Tonya, and I really liked the expression that she was doing. She was pulling this face, and I was really into this scribble drawing at the time. And yeah, so it's just a different technique of scribbling. Another one from that site. I really loved her beanie hat she had on. And then these are actually, these aren't in the, oh, this one is, but the others aren't. This, I was actually working on my own colouring book. But yeah, it's just all too hard. Like I can't, like I know you can self-publish on the YouTube, what is it, the used to be called, was it Create Space, and now it's called something else where you can self-publish books. But it's all too hard because I'm not computer like savvy, and I just can't get it from this drawing into something in the computer that I can make a book, so I gave up on it. But these were little illustrations that I was working on to try to make my own colouring book. So we have this cat sitting on a pumpkin house, and then it was, I think, all about cute houses. I had an idea, and this is like a snail with and on his back is this magical castle. And then this one I actually inked. Yeah, this was more of a scary one. And there was this girl coming up to this mushroom house with this monster behind here. I think this monster was an afterthought, because now I don't think I would put that in. And then I had this echidna dude who, instead of spikes, he has these plants and flowers and a little house on his back. So yeah, they were just a couple that I did, you know, colouring book. And then I don't know, I did some sketches of some squirrels, and there's some my sketches, my first ideas of like an echidna, a porcupine, whatever. And then I had an idea of this girl with like a nest in her hair. That's just a sketch. And then this one is like of a mouse coming out of a door, you know, the key part of a door. And then this was just a cute little house I made up. And that's it. But I will keep going in this sketchbook because I really love what I've done so far. So yeah, it's really good to get back to Dee Dee's idea of place. I think it's place, person, thing. And then she's got two other things as well, which you can also, or you could use like a color, like green. Okay, so what are green things? A green apple, a green cactus, a green crown. And then you could say, okay, so a green crown. All right, where is the green crown? Is it in the crown box? Is it like a character crown? What is the crown doing? Where is the crown? Why is the crown doing this? You know, and you come up with all these ideas, and that's what this sketchbook is for. Okay, I think I've got time for maybe one more. let's have a look. What have I got here? This one's pretty short. This is another sketchbook I never finished. This has some of the Doll Dreams in there, the Doll Dreams girls. This is way back 2014, Dreaming of a White Winter. So I drew this girl. And then I had this double page spread here that I did just all in like a blue biro. I'll write my name. And then this here is Jane Davenport. Yeah, I did some lessons with Jane Davenport to draw like fashion sort of illustration. I don't know. This happy birthday Reuben to my husband. It must have been his birthday. Yes, it was. So I drew that. And I have this girl here that I did. And Little Red Riding Hood. A bit sexier Little Red Riding Hood. And then I've got this little girl. I think this was more based on Jane Davenport's style. And for some reason she's riding a goat. I thought she was really cute. I got sisters here. And then I thought, she tries to look inconspicuous. She's a shy girl. Okay, I don't know what that's all about. Can't remember. But I thought, oh, what if I change the style of heads and do it like a Blythe doll? Because I have a Blythe doll and they have these sorts of eyes, and, you know, make characters that look like a Blythe doll. And then I did some manga type drawing, I think. There's different faces there. Do you want to build a snowman? So this must have been around the time Frozen come out, maybe. I have a ghost head here for some reason. I was probably working on something. So his chain here. And then I've got this witchy type character here. Some more, I must have torn this off because I didn't like the other side of the page. But I have this little girl here. And then this one here. Another one. So it's day and night. And that's as far as I got in that sketchbook. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. I still have another pile to get through, and that will probably be my last video. I hope you've enjoyed these and something has taken your fancy and given you some inspiration to get creating and just enjoying journaling or doodling or whatever it is that you like to do. Okay, everyone. See ya. Bye.